Hello, my dear friends. Here we are in a new big review because we are reviewing 3 different costumes. This time from Simcosplay, that it's always a pleasure working with them. And we are back to Genshin Impact because I really want to test how well they work in this kind of costume with so many little details, so many kinds of fabrics, and it was a pleasure counting with their collaboration. It was a pleasure making that different kind of characters because we are jumping between Sumeru, Lijue, and Inazuma. So let's gonna start with Sumeru with Tighnari. And yes, it's a male costume, but I really want a challenge to change a little. And we are starting with the back piece. As you know, he has on the back, this part on the back, and it's attached with 2 pins. They make it with foam, vinyl, and some different texture for this fabric. In this one, to make this kind of leaves as a cape, they use stretch, but it's all impressed above it. It works very well. It's very light, so you can attach it on the back and you won't feel it as heavy. It will be very, very light and very comfortable. We also have one of the main pieces of this costume, that is the hoodie. The hoodie also have this part printed. Okay, all these symbols are printed, but they also added this buckle with all these little details on plastic and fabric, and all the details you can see are the same fabric, but they are printed in different colors. Look at the back. They also added the flowers. I think they are very, very cool detail that make the difference. We continue with the trousers. The trousers is one of the main and maybe my favorite pieces of this costume. Look how much they have to sew to make the texture and to make the form perfectly formed that it has on the game. And the back part, it comes with this little detail, very strong on the leg, and it looks like very balloon. I really like the fabric they use because it has a lot of fabric, but it's very light. It's very, very comfortable to wear. I was very unconfident when I think going with this costume to a convention. But once I wore it, it was like wearing a pajama. I mean, it was comfortable. It was very, very elastic. And it's a stretchy fabric. It's not elastic at all, but it gives all the movement. It's very, very comfortable. We pass to the main build, where we find this amazing and cute pocket. We also find all the details of the buckle with the vision, the plastic balls. They added also these threads, and it's the same fabric with a different pattern to print, attached with Velcro too. As you can see, it's a very, very easy costume to wear it. They also added the main flower he has on the upper parts, also printed and with all the plastic gems here and here. All these details are attached with a pin, and it's fantastic because they make a very good contrast between them. I find the gloves with all the details on the fingers. It's made with spandex, and well, you well know we can print on the spandex, on a stretch, every kind of of fabric, but it's cool that everything matches perfectly together and gives a whole look that is very accurate to the original design. We also find the wrist details with this little change. This is made of foam and very strong pieces because they keep the form because of little stripes inside, also because the fabric is very, very strong. Finally, we find this piece for the wrist and the main shirt that goes down on everything. This is the most hidden part of the costume, but just necessary to make the form of the neck. Also to get the main sleeve of one of the sides. This is made of spandex. This also, but it's a little more stretchy, but it's also printed as we saw. And the last one, we find the upper shirt. It goes with the same fabric we told about. It's also printed. As you can see, the original color is white and this part is printed. Everything is sewed, and to make it easier to wear, it goes with Velcro. It was an absolute pleasure, and I was very, very, very happy of wearing Tighnari in a convention. And I think you will like the shooting. It's a character very, very nice to play with plants, to play in the nature. So if you want to have a choice on costume, this is yours. We are back to Inazuma with Kuki. This time Kuki is a very fast review, but very cool because her details are amazing. This is the main jacket where you can find this kind of fabric that I love with all the textures on the side of flowers, but it's also printed, so it gives a lot of textures and vinyl on the edge. We find a lot of plastic balls and ribbons, very well sewn. Also some fake belts here for the hoodie. And the back part, it's very strong also. All the seams are very strong. So it's a very good point for her. We also find the main top that combines this elastic vinyl with this golden vinyl for the details, metallic buttons, and a zipper on the back. It also has transparent fabric that gives the detail that she has on the chest. It's very, very cool. It's very well sewn, as you can see. All goes on the sides and has all the details that has on game. With the same fabric that we find on the jacket, we also find the trousers. You can see the same golden stripes to make the edge, the same kind of fabric with flowers to make the texture, and some printed details above the fabric. It also has a little pointy elastic to make it easier to wear. So, we also have this main socks. This is elastic, this is spandex, and it's also printed. But as you can see, it's printed this kind of details, but they added the ribbons, so I think it's a very good point for this kind of costume. Normally everything is printed, and if you want to add some details, it's part of your job. But no, with Simcosplay we find this kind of sweet details that I really love them. Now we find the main belt. These ribbons are sewed, they are made with thread, you can see on the back, and with vinyl. It's attached also with a ribbon that comes on the same bag, and all the protections they made with vinyl to make the costume perfectly. These details are seaweed. Everything is seaweed. It's amazing how they combine this kind of false leather with vinyl. I'm very, very, very happy with it. This is the leg part. We find the same fabrics, and they added elastic to wear it more comfy and to give the correct form to the piece. And we also find, with some plastic details, the gloves. With false leather, very well seaweed, with a very cool form. The detail on the back. And the last, but also most important details of the costume. We have a lot of things to wear. When I see this kind of details on Simcosplay costume, my heart take a jump. I really love they take care about it. Look at these little earrings. These are so cool. This goes to the hair. This goes on the down part. But everything with the same color, with the same quality. They care a lot about these things because they know they are selling quality. And we also find the main mask. That's so cool. The vision that it's inside this pocket. And many little details like the rings she wears. And a lot more, like this little belt. It's so fantastic. I'm in love with Kuki. This is the next shooting we are making this weekend. So I hope you expect it with all the illusion I have of watching the costume. And the last one goes with Shenhe. I promise it will be fast because she deserves the best. But well, the costume is a little bit different of the others. At first, you have the option of getting the costume with the wig like this time. Shenhe has a set that comes with a wig, and the wig is simply perfect. They added the black hair for all the styling part, and we also find the vision to add to the hair. We also find this detail it has on the main character of the game, and it's very fluffy. It's very easy to style. I didn't have to cut anything to make the hair as well as I could, and I'm very happy with that because it's something that really annoys me. But this wig comes with the costume and match perfect in all the ways. It's as soon as it arrives, you can wear it. It has a lot of hair. It looks very cool. So I think getting all the pack is the best option by far. And we find the main costume, but we start with the sleeves. The sleeves has elastic stripes inside, and it combines the flowery texture with the printing part, right? You can see it gives a lot of volume also on the printed parts inside and outside. We also find this brilliant fabric. It's so cool because it gives a lot of shiny effects and these little gems to make the whole look. They also make the edge with the same fabric. It's very easy to give form. And this is the whole sleeve with the feathers. Very cool, very cool design. We also find the upper part. It's attached with a zipper. And we find it with the same fabric, printed fabric, with the same edges, with the same fabric for the main details, also with the gems. But this flower that comes apart with a pin, it's made of vinyl that changed the textures but match very well with all. Here we have the red robes that she has, and they sent also these little ribbons with pins to attach when you wear it. It's very cool, it's very well sewed, it's very clean altogether. It combines a lot of fabrics and a lot of materials, but really gives a very whole look that match very well with everything. And in the back part, you can find this flower made of metal with the gem and all these little details made of metal that gives a lot of movement and a lot of volume. The main piece of this costume is the jumpsuit, as you can imagine. Most of this jumpsuit is made of spandex, but it has a lot of little pieces made of transparent fabrics, also with vinyl, also with, well, a lot. It's attached on the back with a zipper, very easy. And here we have, for the shoulder pieces, this kind of mirror vinyl and the gems. We are going back with another ribbon we can find and the transparent part. They are very delicate, but as you can see, all of this is made sewing. It's very resistant, it gives the best results, and they also combine it with details on the last part with print parts on the spandex. For the little windows on the leg, they also use the mirror vinyl, also the plastic gems, and more details like this. And it's very cool, it looks exactly like the game. And I'm very, very happy also with the details of the hands. Look at this. All the stripes, everything is perfectly sewed, is very comfortable. They added the detail of the finger. It's very, very, very cool and nice. Finally, we find the tails that we can attach on the back of the costume by little buttons. Buttons here, hidden but with this vinyl rhombus. It's the same fabric we find for the upper part also of the sleeves and with the same kind of textures. So it make a whole look perfectly matched, perfectly done, and well, perfectly in all the ways. Thank you for being in 3 reviews in one, but I want to repeat that Genshin Impact costume has a lot of details. It's very important to know about which details that comes with which marks, and Simcosplay always will give you the best matches between all the costumes. They always work for the best materials, for the best way to make everything, and I'm very, very happy working with them. So take a look on their page. If you have any questions, just ask. The shipping is very, very, very fast, and they are always very kind. So thanks again. I'll see you in the next review. Bye.